Good morning. First, I would like to wish you all who have appeared for All India Bar examination. This time, question paper was selected somewhat leniently. Several questions are very easy. To find out the number left out between 18 to 20, that type of questions were asked very easily. Unless and until you have gone through the Bare Acts index earlier, yes, it is difficult to answer. But those who are trained to read index of the Bare Acts first before going through that, will easily get over this examination. Best wishes all of you. Then an important judgment. Normally nowadays, due to globalization, got agreement, multi number of, even according to the statistical report, says that several Indians are settled in foreign countries and matrimonial relationships are being created. In the given case, the wife settled at America wanted to give evidence by video conferencing. Initially, that was not allowed, and subsequently, when she applied for that, that was also rejected. The Telangana High Court has intervened by referring to Supreme Court judgments and allowed and directed the family court to record video conferencing, chief examination as cross examination of the witness. It's the most important case. Keep it in on your file. It will help you. First, AR 2020 Telangana 189. AR 2020 Telangana 189. Seelam Pra versus Ganta Mani Kumar. So, civil revision petition under Article 227 was filed. Indian Evidence Act 65B was discussed, section 13 and 21. So, AR 2003 SC 2053 was relied, and several cases, three other cases were also referred. The case of the prosecution, that 2 FCOP in Telangana, FC Family Court original petition was filed 2014, one for restitution of conjugal rights and the other one for dissolution of marriage. So she filed IA to record her evidence because she settled at United States of America. But when it was declined, she filed a revision petition, and the court has subsequent, due to development, allowed her to give evidence within 21 days when she is about to remain in India. But unfortunately, due to lack of time or other lethargic indulgence, that was not happened. Therefore, again she filed an application. This time also they have not allowed it. Therefore, High Court has approached. They have Sandini versus Vidya Venkatesh, AR 2017 SC 5745 was referred, wherein the Supreme Court has held that if there consent by both parties, the video conferencing, cross-examination and examination may be conducted. Thereafter, they say by referring Supreme Court evidence, citation, they say, be it noted, sometimes transfer petitions are filed seeking transfer of cases instituted under protection of domestic violence and the case reached under Indian Penal. As the case under said Act, Indian Penal have not been adverted to Krishnaveni Nagam as a Harish Nagam case. Then they say, in view of the scheme of the 1984 Act, Family Court Act, Section 11, the bearing of matrimonial dispute may have to be conducted in camera. Then they say, after the settlement fails, if the family court feels it appropriate, having regard to the facts and circumstances of the case, Video conferencing will subserve the cause of justice, so it may direct. This is what they say. Then finally they say the earlier citation empowers the 56 class 3 of this earlier judgment para says empowers the family court in appropriate case where settlement fails to permit video conference having regard to facts and circumstances of the case and if it would serve the cause of justice. So this was had happened. So in PC Singh versus Praful B. Desai, AR 2017 SC 1345, the Supreme Court held that video conferencing is an advancement in science and technology which permits one to see, hear and talk with someone far away with the same facility and ease as if he is present before the court. And in fact, he is present before you on screen, except for touching. One can see, hear and observe as if the parties in same room. It observed that video conferencing, both parties are in presence of each other, and so long as accused and his pleader are present, when the evidence is recorded by video conference, the evidence is being recorded in the presence of the accused and would thus fully meet the requirement of section 273 CRPs. So finally they say, since parties are living in abroad and is unable to become India to give evidence on account of her employment there, there is risk of party losing his employment if she returned to India. It would be unjust to compel the said party to give up her job there so that she can appear on every day of adjournment in the family court of India. So finally they have set aside the order and directed the family court to conduct the evidence procedure within 1 week from the date of receipt of this order. So this is a fair judgment. It may help you. Here also one of the procedure was also discussed that general power of attorney, by general power of attorney the case is being conducted by her father. That's the most important thing. Therefore, to summarize the judgment, you can all these things you can note. The persons residing abroad can defend their case or file their case by way of general power of attorney by his close relative or somebody else. Number 2, that video conferencing is automatically permitted if both parties gives consent, and if anybody is objecting it, it is the duty of the family court to consider the circumstances and reasons stated therein by the petitioner, submitting her grievances, difficulties, drawback, consequential loss of job and other things, and at present pandemic regulations, non-availability of flights, other things the court can order for regarding evidence of video conferencing. So this technology is now come to rescue, and you can very well apply the judgment, and let us hope whether this judgment is being vouched or declared as a law under Article 141 and 142 Constitution of India. So this is most important aspect. Now I would like to come to you to discuss about the present scenario where we are being incapacitated in conducting our cases, as I have discussed earlier, that due to non-availability of chamber facilities, and now some courts are working physical courts, some courts are working as virtual courts. And I would like the registry or leaders of our bar to give suggestion that if as soon as our cases are listed, there should be a facility to mark our presence on opening of the screen of the virtual courts, and the court can wait or pass over the matter by giving cognizance to our mark of attendance. That would facilitate us to attend all the cases one by one. Best wishes, good morning.